Wait till some people come in. Hey, Sequoia, you'll do me a favor? I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Never mind. Don't worry about it. What's up, viewer? I'll be right back. I'm coming right back. Sit tight. What's up, viewer? Who are you? Still a mystery at this point. We up to 2. Shit, it's a sad day. It's a fucked up day. This shit tragic. I don't know if y'all familiar with DMX. What's up, Hisham? Glad you can make it. I don't know if y'all fuck with him like I fucked with him. My dad used to listen to DMX all day. Shit, that was his favorite rapper. Like, especially back in like the 90s. So of course I had to, of course I was listening to that shit. I recently started, like within the last like 2 or 3 years, started listening to his music again, just on some nostalgic, like on some nostalgia type shit. So the fact that he passed is just fucked up. Shit, my condolences go out. Like, that's something that's terrible. He was a good, he was a good dude. Shit, at least from what I can tell on, from his appearances that he made. Like, he was always speaking and, speaking positivity and shit like that. And they're my type of people. So shit, it's always fucked up to see him go, especially due to something so, so treatable, such as addiction. You know what I mean? What's up, Reconnecting? Glad you can make it. Something so treatable, you know what I mean? Like, I definitely sympathize for, people battling addiction. That's something I can understand, shit. Like, habits are hard to kill. A habit is very hard to kill. Bad habits are super hard to kill. Like, I understand that. So, especially something that's made to be addictive. I'm not sure what drug it was in particular. If there was a drug in particular that he was addicted to, but now drug use is something that I always felt like was yeah, shit, it's fucked up. Like, I'm always sympathetic for people who battle an addiction. It's something I understand, shit. So, like, nah, it's something I understand. You know what I mean? Shit, addiction is hard, shit, and it creep up on you. You know what I mean? Like, people don't know that a lot of the time. People don't know that they're addicted to something until it's damn near too late. I know he knew that he was addicted. I know in 2019 he was in prison for something, and when he was released from prison, he had checked into rehab, and he didn't check in because he had relapsed, but he checked in because he was worried about relapsing, which makes sense. Like, shit, when you at your lowest low, bro, it's like that's when that shit creep in on people. That's when that shit creep in on people and fuck them up. And so shit, no, I hate that happened. I hate that happened. And then, like, the fact that that's like the second death that I've heard about. Yeah, shit, I'm sorry to hear that, Reconnecting. Shit, I hope he flying high. I hope he flying high. Like, shit, that's fucked up. That's terrible. Terrible news. Shit, I definitely sympathize with it. No, a lot of people don't really have sympathy, any type of sympathy or empathy for people who battle addiction, just because, they like, shit, just stop. You know what I mean? I hear that a lot. Like, just stop what you're doing, whatever it is, shit. If it's killing you, just stop. Like, it's not that simple. You got to keep in mind, like, we are creatures of habit. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we do. We are creatures of habit. And so once a habit is picked up, it's not easy to kill a habit. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something that you can just kill with willpower. Habits have to die with environments. You know what I mean? Shit, you got to change your environment before a habit is to do anything. before a habit is to go anywhere, you got to change your environment. And that ain't always easy to do. That ain't always easy to do. In most cases, and for most people, you feel me? Yeah, Javon, you making some good points. Shit. A lot of people can't stop. A lot of people, Javon say, a lot of people can't just stop, especially in our community. You know, they use drugs to cope and for therapy. And that's true. That's true as hell. Like shit, it's a general lack of resources for people who battle drug addiction, and it's a lack of empathy for these people. Like a lot of people just feel like shit, fuck him, you know, shit, he should have quit. But it like, bro, like I can definitely understand it. I've said I was gonna quit smoking weed 100 times. Like, and weed ain't even a highly addictive, you know, like substance. Like, I couldn't imagine having an addiction, being addicted to something that was, you know, like more addictive than marijuana. So like shit, like, and you like a lot of people come across these. You feel me? Yeah, Thor, you make a good point. Thor say it's like Thor said to tell a drug addict, you know, just stop. That's the equivalent of telling somebody who had a car accident to just drive more careful. Like, you feel me? Like shit, sometimes this shit, it's easier said than done, basically. And it's not some shit that you can just, you know, snap and then it's all there. You feel me? Like, it's some shit that gotta be, its plans have to be executed, and it take a community. It take a community and it take a lot of support, which unfortunately that community don't be existing for people with drug addictions, because a lot of people feel like they put themselves in that situation. They don't have any empathy or sympathy towards this person who is clearly battling addiction. And so shit, that shit spiral, bro. And it's hard feeling like you by yourself, G. Like I spent in college days, I never smoked until I got to college. I did not smoke weed until I got to college, bro. I did not smoke weed. Mr. Funk asks, who was DMX? He's genuinely unfamiliar with DMX. So to answer Mr. Funk's question, DMX was a rapper. He was a really popular rapper in the late 90s, early 2000s. Really popular. Like he had a real big run. But unfortunately, drug addiction was something that he battled. And as of today, he officially lost that battle with drug addiction. He succumbed to his addiction and he passed away as a result of a drug overdose. He passed away at 50 years old. Yeah, he was a rapper and actor. DMX was he was a very prominent artist, and he was just a good soul. You know, anytime he did make an appearance, he was always humble. He was always you know, sending good energy to people, sending good energy in the environment and stuff like that. He wasn't a problematic person. He was just somebody who struggled with drugs, and he lost today. But back to this, what I was saying, shit, I never smoked weed before I went to college. Never smoked weed before I went to college. College was probably one of the loneliest times in my life, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'll go days without even talking to nobody else. Like, and shit, I ain't had, you know, like I had friends in college, but you know how you always got that one friend that's like, you feel me? Like, that's the one friend that, you know how in any friend group, you got people who closer to each other than they are to the rest of the people in the friend group. So you got friend A, B, and C. A and B are always closer to each other, and then friend C, you feel me? Y'all see friend C, y'all kick it to him, and y'all kick it with him and shit when y'all see him. I was always the C friend, you know what I mean? Who, you feel me? Like I was by myself more often than not in college. I was going to parties by myself. Shit, I was living by myself. I didn't have no roommates. Like, shit, I ain't do shit. You know, I kept busy to keep my, you know, like to combat that shit, to combat the isolation shit. I chose to keep busy, which, you know, it ended up being the reason that I was so successful in college. Like in college, I did really well. I performed very well in college in both graduate and undergrad school. And largely it was because I was distracting myself from isolation. But not all my habits were so constructive. And that I would argue that that wasn't even, that constructive. Being overly busy, that wasn't very constructive or conducive to my health. But it had a positive outcome in that it produced a skill set that I was able to then monetize. And now today I'm able to make a living from the skill set that I used, that I cultivated in trying to distract myself from isolation. But I also picked up smoking weed. Like I didn't smoke weed before I went to college. I never smoked weed before I went to college. And since I started smoking weed, I've been telling myself like I'm gonna quit. You feel me? Like I try and quit like shit pretty often. Like, and I've gone 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 9 months without smoking weed. But I understand how easy it is to relapse. You know what I mean? I say all this to say like I understand how you can pick up a habit inadvertently, and and shit, you can pick up a habit inadvertently, and shit, when it's time for you to, when you're ready to leave a habit alone, shit, the habit don't just, it don't, you can't ditch it as easy as you picked it up. Um, so shit, anything could have happened. We don't know the context in which he was presented to the drugs that he became addicted to. I know a lot of people who gained fentanyl addictions, who picked up fentanyl addictions because somebody laced their weed. I know a lot of people who picked up fentanyl addictions because of that. Like, and now somebody who unknowingly ingested some fentanyl, now they addicted to fentanyl. You know what I mean? Or a lot of people, shit, painkillers are super addictive. You get a root canal, they prescribe you painkillers. Now, what happens when the root canal heals up, but you still got this lingering addiction to painkillers? You know what I mean? These people with like opium addictions and shit like that, like this shit is an epidemic. This shit fucked up. I wish it was taken more serious. I wish it was taken, I wish it was treated with more, sensitivity, understanding, empathy. But shit, it's the world we live in. I think it's good people out here. Shit, it's good progressive people out here who understand that addiction is something it's a biological flaw. It's not a character flaw. If somebody is battling addiction, it's not because of their character is fucked up or their character is misconstrued or something like that. That's not the case. It's more so shit. It's a biological flaw. When you become addicted to something, your brain, the biochemistry of your brain, literally undergoes dramatic changes. Dramatic changes. Dramatic changes. And so it's not a character flaw. It's something that is literally, it's a physical illness. It's literally an illness. Addiction is literally a physical illness. And that's something that in recent years, it's becoming more and more, it's coming more and more to light. People are, certain states in the United States are becoming more and more empathetic to it. But shit, we still got a long way to go. It's still people fall into this shit. And so shit, somebody with an addiction, shit, best thing you can do for them is, one of the best things you can do for them is shit, not to cast judgment, just because shit, it ain't hard to break a habit. And you don't know the circumstances under which, they adopted that bad habit that they have. But shit, yeah, I would Thor says addiction is like sugar. When you have sugar, your brain wants more. If you take a break from sugar, your brain doesn't need it. Yeah, but the hard part is taking a break from sugar. Like your brain is literally now wired once you get addicted to sugar, which most of us on the planet, especially in the United States, sugar addiction is the most common addiction on the planet. They put sugar in everything. They put sugar in meats. They put sugar in savory foods. Even though sugar has no role, no business being in certain foods. They put it in breakfast sausages. They put it in bacon. They put it in any processed meat that you have probably has sugar in it. And the goal of it is to get you more addicted to whatever the product is that they selling. And when you add sugar to things, sugar makes you less safe. It makes it much harder to feel full. When people add sugar to things, it makes it much harder to feel full. And so shit, these sugar addictions is running crazy. But now it's fucked up. It's fucked up too, because that's the second death that I heard of today. My girlfriend's uh, uh, one of my girlfriends, a friend of hers, just passed today because of COVID. COVID-19 took him out. He was young too, no known health issues, previous health issues. He was only 29 years old, no previous health issues, and COVID took him out the game. Shit, like this shit fucked up. It's just a sad day. We have them from time to time. Shit, there's no reason to to retreat into despair. But shit, it is a reason, to take a moment, take a step back, try and do something nice for somebody today. You feel me? Like shit, try and do something nice, put something nice into the world. Shit, that's why I be trying to put, I know this world ain't got no shortage in, sadness and bad news, which is why I like to post, little positive, little up, like positive and uplifting stuff on my page. Shit, I recently just posted shit, we've never met, but I'm glad you exist. And I meant that. Like shit, a lot of y'all don't think y'all realize just how appreciative I am that y'all subscribe to, just by subscribing to my channel, just following me, like following my journey, following my hobbies, my interests, listening to what I have to say, being a part of the platform that I'm trying to build. Like shit, that's something that I definitely do appreciate. And so, like shit, if you could do something nice for the next person today, shit, go ahead and do it, because we definitely need it. Reconnecting, you make a good point. Reconnecting says, my dad always says, you never know the last words you'll say to someone, which is true, shit. So try and always make the last words you say to somebody a nice word. With that being said, I'm gonna log off. Hope y'all have a good day regardless. And shit, if you're not having a good day, shit, don't panic. Don't waste your energy panicking. Shit, just sit still for a while. Moods always swing. You know what I mean? Now, whether they swing rapidly or slowly, shit, it depends on the person. It depends on your biological makeup, the biological makeup of your brain. But shit, negative things or unpleasant moments always come to an end. So don't make a permanent decision. If it is the case that you are living in an unpleasant season, don't make a permanent decision on a temporary, under temporary conditions. Have a good day, y'all. Be safe out here and say no to drugs.